Good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the Home Weather Office on this Thursday morning. It is now the 19th day of June, 2025. This is the morning briefing coming to you from the Home Weather Office and looking out the window, blue sky and a breeze. And temperatures are going to be, well, pretty comfortable today after a very warm day yesterday with highs near 100 degrees in many spots. I'll talk more about that here in just a minute and talk about the weather we'll see as we head toward the weekend and into next week. But what I want to start with this morning is Hurricane Erick. Let's go to the satellite. And here is the west coast of Mexico. And then here is the hurricane. Made landfall as a Category 4 storm. A couple of interesting things here is one, it underwent some rapid intensification during the course of the day yesterday, going up to a Category 4. But now that it is interacting with land, it'll be dissipating rather quickly. But a couple of things that we always pay attention to with these Eastern Pacific hurricanes is where is the moisture going to go once this dissipates. Let's go to the National Hurricane Center page, and here is the latest output from the National Hurricane Center. And as you can see here, made landfall. It will still be a hurricane at noon today, and then a tropical depression by midnight tonight. As of this update, the winds were 125 miles an hour, moving to the northwest at just 9 miles an hour. So let's take a look at the latest discussion that they put out on this. And it said Erick made, or is about to make landfall. They put this out at 3 a.m. CST. Erick is about to make landfall along the southern coast of Mexico. By the time I'm recording this, it has made landfall. It was a Category 4. Rapid weakening will occur after the center moves inland, which is happening right now. And it will generally slowly move off to the north over the next 24 hours or so and continue to dissipate. But like I said, one of the interesting things is where does this moisture go? Well, for that, let's go to the GFS precipitable water and we'll take a look. Down here is where the hurricane is. And when we get deeper into the season and we get these hurricanes that will maybe impact areas around Cabo and through Baja, sometimes that moisture comes into California. Quite often it goes into Arizona, helping to fuel the monsoon there. So let's see where this moisture is going to go. Pay attention to that area of yellow down below. And you'll see that it doesn't come into Arizona or California. Instead, all of the moisture gets pushed farther to the north and to the east toward Texas, New Mexico, and there's a lot of precipitable water back east. This is getting into Monday, and you notice how here we have dry conditions in terms of precipitable water throughout the western states, and then a lot of moisture back east, indicating showers, thunderstorms, high humidity, all of that sort of thing. So that's what's going on with the Hurricane Erick. All right, let's see. Let's get a little bit closer to home. Give this a second to load back up. Here we go. All right, so what is happening closer to home? Not much marine layer this morning, but it should be rebuilding here because we are going to see some cooler days ahead. We got a little bit of marine layer here, some in the Bay Area, some down through the Salinas area, and then farther to the south in Southern California. But otherwise, a few clouds going by to the north. We have clear skies in the valley as well as the foothills and Sierra. And man, as you look at the satellite, there's barely any snow left in the Sierra, which is rather typical, but you can still find some up above 8,000 feet. But look for the marine layer to rebuild, but more importantly, a little trough is going to go by, and as it does so, we're going to see the winds pick up. It's going to be more of that onshore breeze that'll bring in some cooling. Now, this is at 11 o'clock this morning. The winds in the Sierra, not much. The wind, onshore wind here and through the Delta, not much. But again, that's 11 o'clock this morning. Let's go ahead another couple of time frames to 5 o'clock. Now, 5 o'clock, wow, it starts to get windy in the valley, especially in Solano County. Very windy along the crest of the Sierra and the east side. I do think there may be red flag warnings up. I'll have to check on that. Either way, higher fire danger on the east side of the Sierra today. Because of the increasing winds. But as we've seen the last couple of days, we just saw the Bonanza fire on Tuesday in Shingle Springs. As I've been saying, every day is a fire day, whether it's windy or not. It's just On windy days they can spread a little bit faster, but yeah, every day is a potential fire day. But anyway, it's going to get windier this afternoon and this evening. If you have outdoor plans this evening, the winds will kick up in the valley and certainly on the east side of the Sierra. Those died down a little bit overnight, and now let's get into the day tomorrow. Once again, this is 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, Friday morning. Onshore breeze, but still windy along the crest of the Sierra and the east side. Might be a little choppy on Tahoe, and then especially into the afternoon and evening. This is 5 o'clock on Friday afternoon. Really windy in the valley, very windy in the Sierra. Typical wave kind of pattern right here. You'll have some very strong downslope winds on the east side of the Sierra, but gusty winds through Yolo County, Sacramento County, El Dorado County, strong south and southwest winds. Just very gusty. So once again, even though it's an onshore wind, we would have higher fire danger. Not because the humidity is low with the low humidity that you expect of the north wind, but with an onshore wind, even though the humidity might be a little bit higher, all the grasses in the valley and the foothills, they're all dry. So any fire that starts is going to spread really quickly. So like I said, we saw the Bonanza fire a couple of days ago. You just have to be really careful around any areas of dry grass. I didn't see what caused the Bonanza fire, but probably, somebody mowing or, trying to do something innocent, and then before you know it, a fire starts. So yeah, wind is going to be picking up the next couple of days. So what can we expect over the next few days in terms of temperatures? Oh, I did want to show you this because this is what we did yesterday. So these are the highs for yesterday. You remember earlier in the week, we were discussing whether or not we would hit 100 degrees, and Sacramento at Executive Airport hit 98 yesterday. So not a 100 degree day. So our chance of still going through the month of June without hitting 100 degrees for Sacramento is still intact. But you'll notice something else here, that Sac International hit 101, and then this line right here, SMTC1, Sacramento, is missing. This is the old downtown site. So yesterday, it probably would have been over 100 degrees, and we would have counted it as a 100 degree day for Sacramento. But since we are no longer using that site, and instead using Executive Airport, this is one of those days where it would have counted as a 100 degree day. Now it doesn't count as a 100 degree day. And as I told you a month or so ago, I would guarantee you that this year will have fewer 100 degree days than last year, because last year was extreme, but mostly because we are going to be using the Sacramento Executive site instead of downtown. But that's a perfect example of it. Just 98, plenty warm, but it's also going to be the warmest day we're going to see because of this sort of a pattern. Deep trough starting to rebuild here, redig, and that means that's that wind that kicks up on Friday. Temperatures stay down, generally below average. Average is now upper 80s. We're talking about low to mid 80s over the course of the weekend. As the trough goes by, we may see more of a north wind pickup. So yeah, breezy conditions, just not great for fire conditions. But this sort of pattern right here should be up to about Tuesday. This is Monday. So troughiness keeps temperatures down. More of this troughiness as we head into Tuesday, Wednesday. Now, some of the model runs as we get to the end of next week have been indicating this ridge kind of builds in. Instead, this model shows weak troughiness to keep temperatures maybe around 90 or the low 90s as instead of the 100s. But if this particular model run is right, this is all the way up to the first day of July, then we would have that chance of going through the month of June without hitting 100 degrees. We'll see. We'll see how that plays out. But either way, yesterday, whether your location made 100 or not, either way, whatever it was yesterday, take off at least 10 degrees for today and watch for the wind to pick up this afternoon. And then it'll be windy again during the day on Friday, and especially in the afternoon and into the evening hours. But temperatures, pretty comfortable. And if you have any outdoor plans for this weekend, it should be temperature-wise pretty comfortable. But, well, again, it will be breezy from time to time. So that's everything I've got for you this morning on this Thursday morning. Make it a great day. I'll talk with you later.